finally back again. I've already done a little bit of prep work. I have the items I need to hand in. Thank you for your continued support, Elita. As I know all too well from my time as a student, it is nigh impossible to concentrate on an empty stomach, hence why I have a mind to keep a few luncheon coffers at hand. If I could trouble you with the task of procuring them. Luncheon coffer affixed with a crystal to give it etherically enhanced insulative properties. It can preserve the temperature of food placed within it for long periods of time. As a Charlene, I am all too aware of our propensity to prioritize nutrition over flavor in cuisine. Exposure to food from other cultures through the homestead program, however, has broadened us with many families' views on nourishment. You might say it's given us food for thought, but even the most delicious dishes can be spoiled, if not kept at the proper temperature, which is why I must be certain this luncheon coffer is up to the mark. I am at a loss for words. This is simply outstanding. Should students grow accustomed to such immaculate craftsmanship, I fear nothing less will ever satisfy them again. I shall take great pains to explain the unique circumstances under which this has been commissioned. There's our master artisan. You'll be happy to hear students have been quite pleased with their meals as of late, thanks in no small part to your luncheon coffers. When they attended the studium, Alize would also always request her meals be prepared, while Alphino was quite happy to sate his appetite with Arkanloaf, each and every day, a peculiar trait he inherited from his father. There is a matter which I wish to discuss with you. It concerns Mila. I fear she may be having difficulty with her spellcraft. 'Tis a complex art that cannot be learnt quickly, nor through pure effort. One must have the aptitude for it. Fortunately, from what I've observed, Mila appears to have not only the capacity to wield magic, but also a clear understanding of how it works, in theory at least, and as you have seen yourself, she holds a strong desire to succeed. But I fear her determination is merely born of stubbornness. With each passing day she returns home later and later. Lest you wonder, being the considerate soul that she is, Mila always sends word in advance. Even today she notified me that she'd be studying on campus until late. I understand all too well the desire to prove oneself, but it should never come at the cost of one's own health. I must speak with her immediately, before she falls ill, or worse. You may think me overprotective, but she is just a child, and I have a duty to look after her, both as a mother and a friend. Yet the studium is ever so large, is it not? I would be eternally grateful if you would help me search for her. Wonderful! You need but say the word. I am ready to leave at a moment's notice. I am now champion of House Levier. And yet there's much work to be done if she's to ensure students enrolled in the academic homestead program feel at home in Old Charlene. To that end, Amelia has a new favour to ask of you. A new quest continues the story of Amelia's success with the academic homestead program in Old Charlene is now available. Upon its completion, the custom deliveries list will be updated. Amelia is eager to depart for the studium. Lest you worry, I've informed Merlaids to wait here in case Mila returns home before we find her. With that, let us be off. Oh, I could scarcely wait to see the look on her face when we arrive. Off we go. To the studio! It is strange that having come all this way, I only now begin to have second thoughts about my plan to surprise Mila. Surely she would be glad to see us. More so, I should think, if she were to see you in the lead. Why me? You are far too kind. Thank you. Phenomenon is where she's most likely to be, so I suggest we start there. Oh yeah. Is there something the matter? If you're hungry, I could have our attendants at the manor prepare something on our return. I should have known she would not be here. There is rarely an opportunity to remain idle at the studium, after all. She did mention some manner of practical training today, however. Perhaps we can find her at Maker's Meet, or failing that, we can ask if any students have seen her. But my, how wonderful it is to walk through these halls again. So many fond memories. Perhaps you would care to hear a story or two. Oh, I'd love to. It was the twins' graduation when last I was here. Unfortunately, an emergency forum meeting prevented Fortuna from attending. I'd never seen Alice in such a foul mood. Alphonal, meanwhile, tried to put on a brave face, saying he understood the demand and duty of the forum, but a mother knows when her children are hurting. Fortuna was no better. Would that you could have seen it. He spent an entire day with Alphonal in the kitchen, baking batch after batch of ginger cookies for Alice in an amusing attempt to cheer her up. I'm sorry? Did you need something? Please forgive our intrusion. Would you perchance happen to know where we can find Milladine? She's a student newly arrived from Thavnir. Ah, but how rude of me. I am her host mother, Ameliance Leviar. Ameliance Leviar? Yes, of course. Milladine. She's in the same course as me. She usually heads over to the pavilion by the Newman one, to study on her own after class. Perfect. She shan't be too hard to find then. My apologies again for the disturbance. No problem at all. It was an honour to meet you, my lady. We've no time to lose. Let us make for the pavilion near Numenon. Milladine really is fond of that pavilion. There's never a day I don't see her studying there. As a student, my studies here centered on the arcane. Fortunately, meanwhile, studied the art of somnatics, a dreadfully difficult discipline undertaken by those who aspire to become sages. One fateful day, he and I found ourselves working together on an experiment. I had never worked closely with him before, but I knew him well by reputation. He was said to be unbelievably cantankerous, stubborn, unapproachable, and overall quite insufferable, all of which turned out to be true. Naturally, I wished to learn everything about him. He was always so flustered whenever we spoke, averting his eyes this way and that. It was also very amusing and peculiar. To even think of it begs laughter. Ahem. It is probably for the best we keep this conversation between ourselves. Is this new or is this the same one? Yeah, it's just the same. I had to be sure. Right, let's see what we got here. You wish to know about Numenon? Oh, there's not much to tell of those dusty old halls, though I suppose they are not without a memorable moment or two. I once ventured there in the dead of night for some last-minute research. The deadline for my thesis was close at hand, you see. The corridors were dark and empty, with naught but the soft echo of my footsteps to keep me company. Then suddenly, a shadowy phantom appeared before me, as if from the very void itself. Much to my surprise, a phantom it was not. Nay, 'twas Fortunault. Under the veil of his vanish spell, he'd been sneaking around the forbidden archives. God, the look on his face. He near died from embarrassment. Speak of this to no one, I beg you, he cried. I obliged, but on the condition he take me to dinner. I trust you understand he's not to hear a word of this conversation. There she is. But she doesn't quite seem herself. Mila! Lady Emily's and Elita as well. Oh no, is something wrong? Not at all, my dear. Everything is quite all right. Elita and I merely wish to check on you. It's getting rather late after all. You must be famished. Oh, I'm sorry for making you worry. I just got so absorbed in what I was doing. I take it you've been using the mammoth here to practice your healing. Yes, but to be perfectly honest, it hasn't been going well. The mammoth is designed specifically to respond to healing magics. Rather than risk the danger of practicing on a living patient, students use puppets such as this. When a spell is successful, the mammoth will rise to its feet. Observe. Amazing. Lady Emmeline's. That was simply incredible. Such grace and precision, without even expending 1 ounce of excess energy. It was absolutely perfect. Yet no matter what I do, the mammoth refuses to even move. I've been trying so hard to prove my mother wrong, but maybe she was right. Maybe I should have convinced myself I could master healing magics. I came all this way and accomplished nothing. You've been so kind to me, Lady Emily. And I don't want to waste any more of your precious time. Perhaps it would be best if I returned home. Nothing could be further from the truth. You think so too, don't you? Yes, that is simply not true. Please cheer up, Mila. Are you making it speak, Lady Emilians? Parents are always thinking of their children. Your mother surely wants the best for you. I know that. I do, truly. It's why I'm afraid of disappointing her. You are not a puppet. You need not dance to your mother's tune. You have determination, passion, and a wonderful dream. Besides, always doing as one is told is not easy. Take it from me, I am an expert. That's hardly something to brag about. And there's the darling smile I've come to admire. Mila, there is no doubt in my mind that a brilliant, hard-working young lady like yourselves would make a fine alchemist. Your mother surely saw the same, and simply wished for you to walk an easier path. A path where your success would be assured. But with great resolve and determination, you fought to pursue your own way forward. This is part of what it means to become an adult. After a child strikes out on their own, a mother can only pray they find happiness. I don't know what to say. Perhaps a light stroll might help me collect my thoughts before I make any rash decisions. Then we shall take a leisurely walk back to the estate. I would much rather hear your decision once we've returned. You're like to come down with something if you stay outdoors over long. Good man. I'm sorry for making you worry, and thank you. Welcome back. If you've worked up an appetite, You'll be pleased to hear that the head chef is presently preparing a most exquisite Thavnarian stew. I've decided I'm going to finish what I started. If came a day when life I could have saved was lost because I gave up now, I'd never be able to forgive myself. But more than that, I want to repay the support and kindness you have both shown me. I want to make you proud. That is, if you will still have me. Oh, come now. You hardly need ask. You shall ever be welcome here, Mila, and have our unwavering support. Have you any sage counsel for our aspiring weaver of magics here? You must have a sympathetic heart to those in need of succor. A sympathetic heart, a shoulder for those in need to lean on. I want to become someone like that, like you. One last word of advice from a former student of the studium. Set aside practicing healing incantations for the time being and focus solely on manipulating the mammoth. Magic has the power to convert one's ether into tangible phenomena. The key is to visualize precisely what it is you wish to bring forth. I believe your problem stems from the lack of solid image in your mind's eye. When picturing the act of healing, what do you envision? I don't know really. I've been so caught up with trying to perfect the technique, I hadn't given it any thought. Then focusing on manipulating the mammoth may be just what you need. You can concentrate on clear images like making it walk, run or sit. With enough practice and repetition, more abstract concepts, such as the inner workings of healing a wound, should become easier to conceive. I see! The whole process just seemed so complex but that's in the past. From now on, I'm going to focus on visualizing everything, step by step. That's the spirit, but do take care not to push yourself too hard. For now, I think a hot bowl of soup is precisely what you need. It's a Thavnarian recipe, so I hope it offers a taste of home. I cannot thank you enough for accompanying me today. I admit I may have lost track of time in all the excitement. Now then, if Mila and the other students are to continue their training, I believe it prudent we prepare a new set of mammoths. Those of cruder make are more troublesome to manipulate, and thus I must ask that you fashion ether or conductive units to replace them. With a mammoth of good quality, Mila should be able to grasp how to manipulate ether rather quickly, and I shall be beside her, ready to help at every turn. Ah, Elita, how are you? If you are never in need of a respite, you are always welcome here. As we discussed, I would like as many mammoths as you can prepare to aid the students' training. A mammoth crafted with the materials highly conductive to ether, making it an ideal training tool for fledgling wielders of magics. As you know, mammoths are invaluable tools for helping students gauge their capacity for ethereal manipulation. Everything from their clothes down to their very cores must be highly conductive to ether if we are to observe clear results. Now, if you would allow me to inspect. Yes, this appears to be sufficiently sensitive to ether. The students will be pleased to have a mammoth so well suited to practicing their healing magics. Thank you for yet another incredible round of deliveries, Elita. Words can ill express what a boon your help has been to the Homestead program. And I would like to think we have become good friends through our work together as well. Fortunel would no doubt be shocked, perhaps even envious were he to see what we've accomplished thus far. Elita, how are you? If you're in ever need of respite, you're always welcome here. As we discussed, I would like as many mammoths as you can prepare to aid the students' training. Got a little bit of space in my inventory there. As you can see, they will be around Cup Cross. And there we go. Maru is looking longingly at the sky. Got a moment to spare? We've been wanting some flowers to lay down as an offering to Sandavrana. Only a certain kind will do though. Dark green Astromagara. They only grow at Nightwatch east of the Yaldemod. They'll fall to bits if you don't pick 'em right, but I reckon you got a delicate touch, more so than any of us clumsy oafs, that's for certain. Anyhow, a pair of our riders will be standing by in case you need assistance, getting up or down. Flower picking ain't their forte, but never seen such a hippocrat daring do. Listen, Elita, an important part of riding is being able to ride at all times, and that means keeping up regular maintenance on your cart. It so happens we're running low on spare parts, and getting more of them, well, let's just say it's best suited for fighting types, like you. If you could swing by the old Hamza hatchery, fetch me some Manjuguzuka mines, I'll be much obliged. You're going to have to take down a small fight to get to the gnarlier chap, but as vines are the ones we want. Healthy handle should do. Naru is genuinely worried. We might look like have trouble, Elita. One of our riders has gone missing. Last we heard from him, he's heading back from Palika's stand, but that was some time ago. You think you could spend a moment to join our search? We've covered the ground between here and the Wakeful Turner so far, but beyond that... So far. Pardon me? Oh, blessed be, someone came looking. You won't believe the beast we ran into. Ugliest thing I've seen since the final days. Well, spanked away like a cart suspended on it, but my delivery got jostled out the cart. To make matters worse, when I pull round to fetch it, my wheel slams into a rock, and now I'm spinning 6 ways to nowhere. My girl was in hysterics. I had to cut her loose to stop her bellowing. I hate to put you out like this, but do you think you could lend a hand to bring me my cargo? Just one wooden crate, I think. Spotted it over by that boat over there. Yep, I will fetch it again. I think you've done your lesson. But keep doing the same thing. That's it, thanks the sisters, and you. I'll head home as soon as we're ready to ride. Let Mary know we're alright, will you? Oh, it's so hot, I'm so tired. Oh. I really need to do this though. Here we go. Back to handing the quest to you. You found the flowers? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, these are the ones. And in great condition too. Of all 8 colours of Asomagura, it says Enduva likes this dark green one the best. When you're praying for good business, all these flowers are nothing. We've got to make sure we're pulling out all the stops after all. You got the vines? These are perfect. Our hippos appreciate your kindness, as do I. You see, these vines are what stand between the yolk and our precious hippo skin, and believe you me, they never want to see a blistered hippo. We always make sure to keep fresh vines in the reserve. Go through them quicker than you might think. Hope you won't mind fetching some again when the time comes. So that's what happened. Thank the sisters that everyone's alright. Our riders are usually pretty good at avoiding the nasty beasties, but jungle's still jungle. Sounds like our carts could use some adjustment too. Anyway, I'll mention it to the boss. Thanks for being a pal, Elita. Katrina's shoulders are thrown back and her stance is braced. Her normally jovial gaze looks steeled for trouble. Elita, I am glad to see you. I haven't made much headway on our Gadusara problem, but let me tell you about the rest of it. Like I said, no tearful reconciliation or nothing, but having folks at the Mayhems been giving us peace of mind. Between our little outfit and Kankana's contacts, we've got every sort of adventure you could ever need.
Ogle's been stopping by when she can too. She's gotten mighty good at riding. I think she's got the instincts of a racer.
As a fellow adventurer, she makes me proud. There's no doubt she's been setting a great example for our recruits. So much so that even the Radiant Host has been asking us for guards and lookouts to patrol the roads. Works out in our favour, seeing as we'll be the first to know if Alcala ever decides to...
Boss! Boss!
Right on cue.
We just got word. A whole mob of Gadjuras is closing in on us. And I don't think it's 'cause they got wind of our deal on lasses or nothing, neither. They'll be here any moment, boss. What do we do?
Kessa, go and find Ogle at Palika's stand and have a report here. Then I want you to make the rounds and tell folks in this area to be on the alert. I've got a hunch Akala's only after us, but just to be safe. Maru, I want you to keep up your maintenance on the carts. No need to panic, but if matters should run awry, I want everyone ready to leave, understand? I'm going to relay the situation to our friends at the Mayhem. As for you, Elita, I'd like you to go and graciously welcome our Gadusara guests. Any fights picked with you, you've got my permission to finish, but I don't want no blood on your hands. Don't mean to make things complicated, but that's how it's gotta be. I'll owe you one. Report back when you've a handle on things, yeah? When do they ever learn that picking a fight means no good for them? It's getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. And disturbance number 3. I've only ever heard of Gadjusara in stories, so it's hard to believe they're on the island right now. But if someone's talk about stuff as Ogle takes such a long, it must be worth our worry. Rolling alright there. If you ever find yourself in need of a pair of wheels, look no further. You're the happiest hippo we've had for the low price of a smile. Unless you're feeling generous of your gill, of course, eh? Where is my buddy? Ah, there they are. Gassa appraised me of the situation. I came as quickly as I could. I'm glad I made it on time, but to think the whole court of Bloodthirsty and Gadjusara may not be too far behind. Ugh.
Blah, ha, ha, ha. You're home. Conquest for Akala.
Welcome back. As you can see, we're in a bit of a deadlock with our favourite hippo enthusiast here. This is hardly time to be glib, Trina, but rest assured that I am prepared to do all that is necessary in self-defense, even if that should be a swift and decisive offensive. Hold on a moment. I'm angry, Ogo. When I think about what Akala's stolen and who he's hurt, I start boiling like afternoon soup. But securing him ain't gonna solve the bigger issue. I say we talk first. See if we ain't so different after all.
You're too weak for Akala. Leave hippos. Go.
You want us to leave Svarna? That ain't an option, and you know that. But if you've got such a hankering for our hippo carts, there is another way that you could always join us. Me and my associates, me and my people, we built this place to welcome us, when nowhere else would do. So there ain't no version of this where we simply up and leave 'cause you demand it. But you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? You know what it's like to have no place to welcome you. To need to take care of your people no matter what. That's why I don't want to fight you.
Your people no place for home. But you protect people. You same as Akala? But Akala hate your people. Tell truth. You forgive no Akala?
Like I said, I'm angry. No one messes with my family and gets away with it. That's why I want to settle things with you, leader to leader, fair and square.
Blah ha ha ha. Akala hits stronger than weak, you. Akala win.
Sure keen on violence, ain't you? When I say settle things, I'm not talking about a fight, I'm talking about a race. On hippo carts. If I lose, I swear on my honor as a racer that I'll agree to your terms. But if I win, you repent for what you've done, and you join us. Peaceably. Deal?
You fool. Akala win race. Take hippos, take wagons.
You can try. We'll start the race from that harbour town right there, and ride the high road all the way past the quarry further on.
Agree. Akala wait at town, but Akala wait not long.
Well, he was more reasonable than I expected, but lest he decide to perpetrate any knavery, I shall keep a sharp eye over him. I ain't gonna go back on what I said, but I really shouldn't have called Akala out like that. Not 'cause I think I'll lose, not on your life, but we had to crawl our way up from being nothing but reckless misfits. And now that we've made something of ourselves, I'm gonna ride the high road, and blow whatever respect we earned to the wind. What's done is done, I guess. Now we just gotta focus on keeping things fair. Don't want Akala working a traverse around us. Not when everyone's futures are at stake. Damn it all, how are we supposed to make it work? What if the race were a sanctioned event? That's genius, Elita! An official hippo race between the Arcasoda and the Gajusera. That'd be, well, legendary. If we do that, not only do we stay legitimate, but we'd be hosting an event that everyone can enjoy, like a festival. I know I said our racing days were over, but this is going to be one for the chronicles, Elita. I'll show you a race you'd never forget. Alright, I'll have Ogle smooth things over with the Radiant Host, while my associates spread the word about our upcoming scurry. Come and meet me at Yeldenod. Can't keep Akala waiting too long. Ogle said the Radiant Host was a little perplexed, but they gave us our blessing nonetheless. Better to settle our difference peacefully, in their words. My associates are out gathering the locals, so let's talk terms with Akala while we can. Leave supervising Akala to me. Rest assured, I shall not be fainting anytime soon. Mind over matter, as grandmother would say. Mind over matter.
You not ready? Akala ready. Akala no patience.
Keep your armor on. We gotta wait for our audience to show up. Don't want to start without our kinsfolk cheering us on now, do we?
Kins? Race? Battle? Not show off, no kins.
Come on, Akala. Our kins are going to make sure both sides play fair. Besides, if you win, they'll officially be your kins, right?
Fine. Akala accept kins.
Speaking of which, I have a proposition for you. Seeing as this race is going to determine the future of both our peoples, I'd like to declare it a cooperative effort. Only the two of us riding the track, of course, but my team's going to be backing me up from the sidelines. You're welcome to do the same if you'd like.
Battle, Akala win alone. Akala strong.
Is that so? Alright then. Elita, let's talk.
Workins, Akala ready to win.
Leave supervising Akala to me. Rest assured I shall not be fainting anytime soon. Mind over matter, as grandmother would say. Mind over matter. I think it goes without saying, this race isn't just about the hippo riders. The whole island and all the people on it are counting on us to win this. So here's my plan. I'm going to give you a link pearl, like the ones me and my associates use. That way we can be in contact during the race. I'll have Maru and Gasa standing by at key points along the track, so they can give you updates on our progress. I want you to use that information to advise me during the race. Sounds okay? Not to lay on the pressure or anything, I take full responsibility for how I ride, but just in case I lose my head, I want you to keep me focused. Chief Strategist reporting for duty. Thanks, pal. I'm counting on you. That's all that's left is getting Sarah turrets ready to run. Then there ain't nothing stopping us. She likes those bright colours. What do you reckon the chances are of a rainbow conveniently popping out of nowhere, eh? If only...
I made it, boss.
Maru, what's he doing here? I'm sweating like Oko in that gadget head. What happened? What's the matter?
Nothing, boss. I brought you something for your race. So Uya goes for bright colours, right? So I used some of our leftover gulal to make a rainbow, just so that it'll perk right up for sure.
If this ain't a sign from the divinities, I don't know what is. Maru, you hammer's head, you really came through. We're gonna win this thanks to you. I'll save this for the right moment. Can't hit the ground running too hard after all. Keep that in mind when you're coaching me. Pacing's important for a race this long. Anyway, going ahead to the goalpost, over by the giant skull grounds. I'll see you when I bring home a victory. Maru, I want you watching the high road around the Great Work. I'll follow you on the details by link pearl. I shan't be intimidated. I have cast all fear from my body now. This time for certain.
We're kins. Akala ready to win.
Even after all this time, I always get nervous before a race. But all I gotta do is trust myself, trust my girl and ride. Wait for me by the goalpost. Rakshire's going to be calling the race, so he should be there by now too. Here we go, I got my link for one. I really hope Trina wins the race. From what the teacher says, if the Gadjusara end up taking over Thavnir, we're all in trouble. Teacher, we're all ready over here. It seems that preparations at the goalpost are complete. Racers, are you ready? Citizens of Thavnir, I welcome you to the very first Hanish Hippo Hustle. Representing the Arkasoda are their very own hippo riders, Trina. Representing the Gadjusura, the mighty Akala. Racers, take your mark. Get set. Go! Akala win. Run, run. Conquest for Akala. That Gadjusura bastard pushing our precious hippo that hard. I'm so mad, I'm sweating blood. The boss is eating dirt, dust, and the road's not looking good up ahead. What's your call? Save your strength, the road's looking rocky. Right, we'll hold fast. They're passing the great work, and it looks like Akala's hippo might be reaching its limit. Not surprising, seeing as how hard he's pushing it. Chances are good Akala's not going to take much more of the lead, but it's your call. Hold steady till the final spurt. Loud and clear, we bide our time for a grand finish. You fast, more fast, run, run, run! Two hippo cars have crashed towards those. At breakneck speed, give your final piece of advice to Trina for the win. Unleash the rainbow! Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Get ready to see lightning. Saria, let's go! Who won? Who was it? Akala win? By a hippo's nose, the victor of the Hanish Hippo Hustle is Trina. Akala lose. Why? You trick Akala. No, we didn't trick you. We just know our hippos. That's all. What they like, how much they can take. Hippos are living, breathing creatures, same as us. Having to run that hard for that long, all while pulling a heavy bloke like you, no mystery why your hippo melted its grease. Hippo slow because grease melt? Akala understand. And I did say that your people could support you during the race, but you insisted on riding alone. They're your battle brothers, ain't they? I bet they would have loved to help. I might be in charge, but if I've got to rely on others to protect my people, I'm not hesitating. You can only do so much by yourself. By yourself? Of course. Trusting folks enough to do that didn't exactly come naturally to me either. Me and my people, we used to be nothing but a bunch of misfits. We didn't really belong nowhere, and no one really wanted us around in the first place. People like us ain't got a lot of options. You either scrape by on the outskirts so that you ain't a bother, or leave for some place new and hope you can prove yourself somehow. But it ain't gotta be like that.
You can be you and still build trust and contribute something positive. However small, misfit or no, at some point you realize that none of us are really so different. So I believe in you, Akala. I think if no good racers like us can turn things around, you and your people can too. You ain't gotta conquer nothing to protect your brothers now. A deal's a deal, right? Join us, become a hippo rider, and see where the cart takes you. Akala, your words, understand. Akala, you not different. But Akala Gajasura, this bad. Our tribes may have their differences, but as for you and me, that's just a racing rivalry now. And everyone watching saw how hard you were trying for your people. Might take some time, but I think you'll find a place here. So what do you say? Come back with us to Svarna? Akala, accept. Akala lose race. Sad. But for Battle Brothers' new home, Akala protect brothers, so Akala glad, much glad. I've only heard of Gajusara in stories. It's so hard to believe they're on the island now. For someone to suffer the Ogles take such long, they must be worth our worry. Well, all right there. Yeah, you're saying the same things that way. Thanks for the stellar advice. Couldn't have done it without you. Ain't no way I was losing, but I'm glad it didn't end with Akala's people being chased off the island. It got a little tense when a bunch of Gajasura came walking in, bold as brass, but I explained the situation and everyone's being good-hearted about it. It's like I said, none of us are so different. But enough about that. People loved the race. When was the last time I rode like that? Wind against my face, crowds cheering me on. Heh, now that I think about it, might have been the first. Next time the Hanish Hippo Hustle rolls around, we should start it from Svarna, or finish it, or both. Think of the traffic we'd get at the Mayhem. Who knew thinking up new ways to excite other folks would be so, well, exciting? All of this is thanks to you, Elita. I can't thank you enough. Alright, let's get to it. Our brand new racing gate ain't gonna build itself after all. In commemoration of the historic race between the representative Arcosoda and Gajasara peoples, and the peace thereby achieved, a gate has been erected in Svarna. The Hippo Rider's reputation is soared to legendary heights, backed by their diligent and hard-earned skills. Tuna and her associates will continue to spread joy throughout all of Thavnir. Yay! You have reached swarm with the Hippo Riders. You will receive an experience point bonus upon completion of the Arcosoda daily tribal chests. You now have access to a wider selection of wares from Ganta. I know I scolded Molly for it before, but that ride in the highway was a hippo of another colour. I can't wait till we hold another race. Knowing the boss, I had a feeling things were going to turn out alright. But having Gajazura working peacefully alongside us, I guess miracles really do happen sometimes. Work difficult sometimes, but here, hippo carts and good taste food. Battle Brothers no more hungry, so Akala will try work. For Battle Brothers, Akala try hard. Don't you worry, I'm making sure all our hippos are well fed and rested, and highly pampered. Only the best for our precious potamuses. Let me get a hippo cart on. And blowing this horn emits a rumbling sound that calls a hippo to your side, cart and all. I can now summon hippo cart minion. Mount, I mean. Drawing upon the design of chocobo carriages, a collective of Arcasoda youths invented this two-wheeled hippo-drawn cart. The sunshade cloth incorporates techniques used in crafting corvosive flying carpets and grants the cart and hippo both the ability to soar the skies. A hippo cart can outrun most anything in this jungle. From Trina. We'll do yellow and red. Oh! Rainbow! The rainbow! Tranquility, plenty, health, and spirit. Whee! Through the sky we soar. There is one more rank to go up, but since it's the final rank, I don't get bonus. And that's all for today. thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I am going to head off to bed now because I am tired and warm and I need my bed. Good night and sweet dreams, my beloved darlings. Love you all. Mwah.